Hello, hello! What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and it's that time. Once again, it's the Season 2 finale of Scream, the MTV TV series. This is episode 12, entitled When a Stranger Calls. Let's just get right into this episode because so much happened in this finale. At the very, very beginning, the police car that has Emma and Audrey, they were arrested at the very end of the last episode. They're the prime suspects. As they're driving, the driver just happens to look at them, and the killer just so happens to be on the street that the cop car was driving. He knew where they were going to drive. But the car crashes, and I will say this was a decent homage to Scream 2, where the cop car that had Sydney and her friend, that crashed, and the killer killed the driver there, just like he does here. He'd stab, 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 very bloody death, so I like that. And when the killer went around, opened the door, and was fucking with Emma and Audrey, and he was holding the knife in front of them, dropped the keys for the handcuffs. I thought, oh, that was kind of lame, because I miss the days when the killer from Scream just fucking killed people. He wasn't playing all of these long strategic, long con, like I'm going to plan this here, I'm going to make the cops think this, I'm going to do mind games, or I'm just going to do this long, drawn-out thing. He just went after the people he wanted to kill and killed them. But no, that's not what they're doing here. Look, they explained it. They said that this person wants to make all of the evidence look like it's Emma and Audrey. I get it. I do. I just... Fuck. You had them. Well, Stabo, a.k.a. Weirdo Number 2, he goes to see Brooke, who's upset because her father was killed. Understandable. This was like the first moment that I liked Brooke throughout like this season. I swear. She's been annoying me a lot. But the moment where she basically said, "Where the fuck were you?" "Oh, my phone died." Well, that's not good enough. Fuck you. Leave. Get out of here. So, okay, fine. Finally, Brooke is standing up for herself. Even when Stavo is pointing the finger at Audrey and saying it's probably her, Brooke was like, "No. Fuck you, it's not her. She's my best friend." Fuck you. And I said, finally, Brooke. Eli comes back home finally after God knows how many hours, and he confronts Karen, and they're going back and forth, and neither one of them trusts each other, I guess. Brooke goes to visit Noah in the hospital, and they're talking at a pretty nice moment with Brooke, sort of feeling bad about what happened with her father. Very good. And then Emma calls. She's at the movie theater with Audrey. They're talking. She tells them not to show up, but of course, being the good friends that they are, they show up anyways. And while they're there, the killer calls, and Emma basically challenges the killer. She says, "Come at me, bro. Come to the theater. Meet me face to face, one-on-one. Let's settle this." And even Audrey's like, yeah, Emma, I don't think that was a good idea. And I was like, I'm fucking sick of this. No more waiting. Let's get this done and over with. And you know what? As much as Audrey was right, ultimately, as much as this wasn't a good idea, I at least appreciated Emma's, fight. I appreciated her bravery in saying, fuck, I'm done with this. Let's get this done and over with, because I kind of agreed. Let's get this done and over with. But the killer does show up, and he stabs Brooke. Now, I didn't think that Brooke was dead, because I kind of thought, well, if they were going to kill a major character like Brooke, they probably would have done it in a either dramatic way or more cooler death than just a couple of stabs. And plus, Courtney Cox, she got stabbed a couple times. Freaking David Arquette got stabbed multiple times in the old Scream movies, and they survived. So I figured she could survive this. No big deal, no problem. Audrey goes missing. Nobody knows where the fuck she is. Emma has to leave because now the cops are going to show up. So she's gone. The sheriff suspects Emma because they find her journal. And this is the first time I thought, wow, they actually set this up pretty decently, where Emma is having these weird dreams about her wanting to kill people. and she wrote it in the journal, so the sheriff sees this, and now it actually gives them excuse. And now it actually gives them reason to think that Emma could be the killer. It actually makes sense. Holy fuck, I'm saying this about the Scream MTV TV show. I can't believe it either, but it's there. It's all there. The sheriff actually doesn't look incompetent or dumb for once. Now, then Emma gets like a video that shows Audrey handcuffed, tied up somewhere, so she goes there. Kieran calls her, but she doesn't tell him where they are. She goes there, and the killer's there. And Emma has a gun, and she shoots at the killer. Mind you, she also shot at the killer at the movie theater and completely missed him. I mean, fuck. Emma, I don't remember at the end of season 1 if it was Emma or Audrey. Somebody remind me, which one of them were the person that shot Piper in the head, like direct headshot and killed her? Maybe it was Audrey. But if it was Emma, what the fuck happened? She's a terrible shot. She can't shoot for shit. Even the second time, she's like shooting at the fucking floor. You see the sparks on the ground as the killer's running away. Like, fuck. But she finds Audrey. She's trying to help her out. And then Kieran just fucking shows up out of the ass of nowhere. And I'm like, okay, this is way too suspicious. But she's like, how did you know where I was? And I forgot what he said, but he gave some bullshit explanation to make me go like, alright, he's probably the killer. Now, I know some people left various comments saying that it was probably Kieran to be the killer. So I guess they called it. Then his cousin Eli showed up. He was stabbed, and he's telling the story about how Kieran stabbed him and thought he was dead and bullshit. And I did like this moment where Emma was like, fuck, who's telling the truth? Obviously, she's going to believe her boyfriend, Kieran, and she shoots Eli. Shoots him. Oops. Because then, okay, this was kind of weird. Kieran says something like, oh, you will never, you will feel safe again. And she goes, holy fuck, the killer once said to me that I'll never feel safe again. Now, I don't know how she got that from that. I mean, he didn't say the exact quote. Like, if it was a quote that just only that one person could say it over and over, or if it was a phrase that nobody else could say, or that a sentence that would never be said again. I don't know. Something about this sentence never would have triggered this for me like it did her. But she connected the dots, and she figured it out, and she figured out that Kieran is, in fact, the killer. He admits it. Eli gets up one last time to try to stop him, and Kieran shoots the fuck out of him. I will admit, even though Eli was ultimately innocent, I didn't give a fuck about him dying because he was still kind of weird and creepy and suspicious. But you know what? As much as I didn't think it was Kieran, mostly because I just didn't think that anything this past season set up him being the killer. There was really ultimately no clues. And I know some people will be like, well, that's the point. They were trying to make you think it was Eli or Stavo, but it was somebody else. And it's like, I know, I've seen horror movies. I know that they do that, but Scream, the movies are at least better about that. They at least make whoever is the killer, they at least point some clues at them being the killer. They at least point some things to make them... Look at the first movie with Billy. That movie is blatantly telling you in the first 20 minutes that he's the killer. And then they do things to make you think, oh, maybe it's not him. Oh, but it has to be him now. Oh, no, it can't be him. Oh, no, he fakes his death, so it can't be him, and then he is the killer. Like, the movie was smart about pointing the finger at the actual killer, but then making the audience believe that he wasn't. That's smart writing. That's smart situational writing. This was just kind of like, oh, he's the killer because it's convenient. Now, season 1, I do remember Kieran being very weird and very creepy, and season 1 I would have believed that he was the killer a lot more. So maybe it does tie up. Maybe it does all make sense. I'm listening to a story about how he was with Piper before. I guess I'm just trying to wonder. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to question whether or not it makes sense that he played this much of a long con. He's been dating Emma for how many fucking months? Almost a year? And he just now is going to reveal his plan. It seems very contrived, very much like, oh, okay, we'll just do this, but whatever. Am I going to rant and rave about it? Is it the worst thing they could have done? I guess it's not the worst thing they could have done. And sure, they didn't go the obvious route of having Eli and Stavo. I'm not sure if this adds up as much as they think it does. But you have the long, drawn-out speech of Karen revealing his plan, revealing how he's going to get away with it, and you know it's like, dude, come on, haven't you watched any horror movies when or just any movie in general, when the bad guy reveals their plan and talks and talks and talks, you're going to fucking lose. Obviously, that's what happens. Emma has a chance to kill him, but she doesn't do it, thus growing as a character. I appreciate that. And, everything seems to be safe. Karen gets arrested. They're proven innocent. And you see all of our characters who are fine. Karen's in prison. I did like the moment of Audrey and Emma at the movies together. I wonder if they're a couple now. They didn't show anything, but hey, whatever. That's just me wondering. Especially because I'm pretty sure that Audrey revealed her feelings for Emma before. But again, that's just me thinking. So, Kieran in prison gets a phone call from the killer. Now, another thing that I'm wondering, when they were at the movie theater, wasn't Kieran right there with them when the killer called Emma? There had to be another killer. There had to be a second person. I'm sure there was even another moment throughout the season where Kieran was there, or through circumstances like he was in the same room as the killer, or something along those lines where there had to be another killer. But that scene where Karen gets the phone call, he looks surprised. So, and what the killer said about you wearing my mask, so maybe this is Brendan James. And they're trying to tease a season 3 of the original killer, Brendan James, coming back. I don't even know if the show's going to get a season 3. I don't even know if I care that much, but I will say that this season finale wasn't terrible. Wasn't even bad. I'm just questioning whether the killer's plan, whether the killer's story, the killer's reveal, or whether the fact that it was only one person, I'm not buying the one person. I'm not. But, not a terrible episode. I think last week's episode was better. I think this episode had a lot of good build-up, a lot of good tension, a lot of good scenes to set up the stuff. I just don't know how to feel about the actual killer reveal and the end of it. Maybe I'm just too stuck up on it. Obviously, I didn't hate it. I know, I didn't hate another Scream episode back-to-back weeks. And for all we know, the show's over. It's done. It's kaput. It's fuck it. It's over. Anyways, guys, I thought the finale was decent. Okay, fine. Pretty good. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the Season 2 finale of Scream? Did you like it? Did you love it? Or did you hate it? Are you kind of confused like I am on whether this all makes sense? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Please won't you say my goodbye?